Feeling confused? Then let's get started.
Yeah.
In media res is a storytelling technique where the story opens as the plot has already begun, typically at the inciting incident. Literally translating to in the midst of things, writers have been using in media res storytelling for thousands of years. By beginning the story as or after the first major event of the plot takes place, writers can save time on exposition while developing a sense of intrigue. Let's take a look at this technique in Citizen Kane, which is widely regarded as one of the best films in the Western world. The film opens with the death of Charles Foster Kane, who acts as our protagonist through a series of flashbacks. By starting in media res with the death of Kane, Orson Welles is able to create a sense of intrigue around the circumstances that led to Kane's demise, and build up the significance of the word rosebud. On top of that, beginning the viewer's experience with the end of Kane's experience casts a sense of fatalism over the entire movie. Opening with Kane's death instead of ending with it forces the audience to view Kane's story through the lens of his demise and others' accounts of Kane's life.
This is a movie that's told in a whole series of interlocking flashbacks as various people who remember Kane or who knew Kane respond to an inquiring reporter who wants to know the meaning of Kane's final deathbed word.
Find out about Rosebud. Get in touch with everybody that ever knew him. Oh, who knew him well.
As a viewer, the in media res opening means you'll never get a satisfactory sense of closure to Kane's story or a clear set of facts to work with. Kane himself is no longer alive to tell his side of the story, or to have a last moment of connection with someone after reflecting on his life. This is a huge part of Citizen Kane's overall theme and one of Kane's deepest struggles: the conflict between vanity and sincerity, and the inability to be truly known by another person when seeking popularity or public approval. Kane becomes so fixated on being seen as a hero by the public that he sacrifices his well-being and the well-being of his friends and family to appeal to the masses. Without people who see him and love him for who he is, however, Kane becomes obsessed with public opinion, which compromises his moral character and, ironically, turns the public against him. His media platform, originally designed to elevate the voices of the underserved and to speak truth to power, devolves into catering to those who still like him, rather than acting as a leader for all. Despite his immense wealth and status, no one in the film knows Kane well enough to truly mourn him. They can only mourn the different compartmentalized versions of Kane they briefly knew. Kane is a child.
Be careful, Charles.
As an idealistic upstart.
I am the publisher of the Inquirer. As such, it's my duty, and I'll let you in on a little secret. It's also my pleasure to see to it that decent, hard-working people in this community aren't robbed blind by a pack of money-mad pirates.
As a corrupt, so-called man of the people.
Really, Charles. People will think
What I tell them to think.
And because the story starts in media res at the same time of his death, no matter how closely you watch Citizen Kane, you will never truly know him either. As the audience, we can only mourn the stories we're told about him and the inferences we make about his life.
The odd thing about the picture, and I've seen it countless times, the enigma of it is Kane itself, Kane himself. You don't know him. You can't get to know him. He's afraid of knowing himself. He's afraid of letting anything out that might be indicative of his feelings, his emotions. He's not passive though. He's not passive, but he's got this wall up that how many times I've seen the picture, I can't really feel for him as much as I did in the beginning. But in the beginning, when I first saw the film many times, I was feeling more for Orson Welles himself acting in the film. I liked him personally.
How you begin a story primes the audience for the entire experience. Just like Kane himself, the use of an in media res in Citizen Kane primes the viewer to feel like there's no time to make amends, and that all that's left to do is pick up the pieces. Thanks for watching. For more on plotting and story structure, check out my video on yes but, no and storytelling. I've been away from the YouTube scene for a while now, but I'm really glad to be back and making videos again. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed, liked, or left a comment, so I know that videos like this are helpful. I'll see you next time.